In this video, we're delving into Montana's quirkiest towns, where the offbeat and unusual are cherished treasures rather than oddities to be scoffed at. If you've ever scratched your head at the prospect of dinosaur shindigs, ice fishing extravaganzas, or living museums, stay tuned. These towns break the mold with their unique brand of charm, challenging the balance between history and kitsch. But is calling them weird a loving tribute or a critical jab? Before we unpack the eccentric tapestry that makes each of these locations a curious must-visit, remember to hit subscribe to join our journey exploring the unconventional corners of the world. Now, let's embrace the oddities and discover if Montana's peculiar towns are indeed bizarre or simply misunderstood badges of honor. Number 10. Ekalaka, Montana. Dinosaurs and the Wild West collide in the curious town of Ekalaka, where prehistoric bones peek through the earth as if stretching out from the past. The annual Dino Shindig turns this sleepy town into a paleontological playground, stirring whispers of Jurassic dreams amidst the rolling prairies. But what's in a name? Ekalaka cheekily tips its hat to the Sioux as it bears the name of a woman from the tribe, stirring curiosity with a slice of native homage. It's the type of town where digging deeper than the fossil-laden surface yields stories that straddle the line between fascinating and fantastical. So is Ekalaka a mere quirk on Montana's map, or does it signify a deeper embrace of its primeval roots? This town isn't just about the bones of creatures long gone, it's a living nod to history, standing proudly peculiar against a backdrop of the ordinary. Number 9. Ingomar, Montana. Ingomar may not be bustling with activity, but its lone bar stands defiant against the odds. What could be seen as a cornerstone of community resilience raises eyebrows for those accustomed to urban convenience. Is this perseverance or an unusual attachment to a bygone era? This town emerges as an unlikely haven for sheepherders, where the wide-open spaces of desolation become a canvas for pastoral tranquility. Does Ingomar represent an idyllic escape or a scene of solitude carried to extremes? Yearly, the rodeo becomes the heartbeat of Ingomar, pulsing with Montana's spirit. Is this dedication to tradition a sign of provincial charm, or do such singular fixations tip the scales towards the side of the peculiar? Number 8. Raidersburg, Montana. In the rolling hills of Montana lies Raidersburg, a town where the mountains whisper tales of a bygone era. It's the birthplace of Hollywood's forgotten silver screen star Myrna Loy, melding rustic backdrops with unexpected glam. But fame's spotlight long faded, leaving Raidersburg streets hauntingly quiet, where only whispers of the past keep it from being just another ghost town. Is it the romance of untapped stories that lingers, or is it just plain creepy? Here, the silence is so profound, you could hear the flutter of a bird's wing. For some, Raidersburg offers a sanctuary for introspection, undisturbed by the clamor of modern life. Yet, for others, it might just be a silence that begs to be broken. Number 7. Immigrant, Montana. Nestled between rolling hills and steaming waters, Immigrant tantalizes with natural hot springs, promises of blissful relaxation. For some, soaking in the thermal waters under the vast Montana sky is the ultimate chill. Yet for others, it's a plunge too far from civilization, blurring the line between laid back and left behind. Its allure doesn't end at the springs. Immigrant boasts a remarkable sense of exclusivity, as it homes a discerning crowd seeking sanctuary from the world's noise. Is this seclusion a charming aspect of Montana's small-town culture, or does it border on elitism in the wild? And then there's Immigrant's culinary paradox, standing out like a fine dining establishment amidst rustic countryside. Here, ambitious chefs juxtapose highbrow cuisine against the backdrop of untamed wilderness. Does it signify a budding gastronomic scene, or is it a sparkling mirage of sophistication in rural Montana? Number 6. Gold Creek, Montana. At Gold Creek, the very site of Montana's first gold strike, one can't help but wonder if its celebrated history retains its shine or has become a tale overstated by time. In a place where street names outnumber residents, the question arises: does the intimacy foster community spirit, or does it border on eerie isolation? Gold Creek, with its evocative name, might inspire visions of riches and prosperity, yet the reality is a quiet, unassuming stretch of land, begging the question of whether the name rights checks the town no longer cashes. Number 5. Banic, Montana. Step back into the 1860s in Banic, Montana, a town where gold once lured prospectors by the hundreds. Today, it's the site of reenactments that bring its gold rush history back to life, complete with outlaws and vigilantes. Is it a living testament to Montana's heritage, or does it feel like a step into a Western-themed costume party? Stride down Main Street and you're not just walking on dusty paths. You are literally retracing the steps of fortune seekers and pioneers. The line between then and now blurs, with buildings preserved as if frozen in time, presenting a tableau so authentic you half expect to see a horse-drawn carriage pull up. But does this meticulous maintenance capture the genuine spirit of the Old West, or is it a meticulous fabrication meant for photo ops? Banic walks a delicate line between honoring its storied past and becoming an attraction straight out of an amusement park. As you explore the town's historic structures, it's evident that each creaky floorboard and weathered wall is treated not just as a relic, but as a chapter in a longer narrative. However, the question lingers: does this dedication to preservation enhance the historical experience, or does it lean toward an artificial elevation of nostalgia? Number 4. Darby, Montana. Nestling in the Bitterroot Valley, Darby emerged as Hollywood's unexpected sweetheart, its small-town allure capturing the hearts of film executives. Hollywood's embrace brings a glittering edge to this rural haven, but one can't help but wonder, is Darby's tinsel-tinged charm authentically quirky, or is the town trying just a bit too hard to impress? Trapper festivals and peculiar museums dot the landscape, offering a glimpse into Darby's rugged past and creative present. These cultural oddities are the town's pride, yet they skate a thin line between tradition and tourist trap. Is this fusion of old and new Montana's hidden gem, or simply a kitschy display meant to lure the camera-toting crowds? And then, there's Darby's peculiar quandary, a town caught between its cowboy roots and an emerging artisan ambience. The streets echo with the clatter of horseshoes and the whispers of craftsmen, leaving visitors to ponder. Has Darby found its true calling, or is it suffering from a quaint yet confusing identity crisis? Number 3. Ovando, Montana. Stepping into Ovando is like turning back the clock, where a solitary one-room schoolhouse still educates the town's youth. Some might call it quaint, a nostalgic throwback to simpler times, while others might question its place in 21st century education. Each winter, the town's ice fishing extravaganzas turn the frozen lakes into a bizarre, festive playground. The sight of bundled-up anglers vying for the biggest catch blurs the line between a charming community event and a frosty, peculiar spectacle that outsiders might find just plain freaky. Then there's the legendary tale of Teddy Roosevelt's bear encounter, which has become Ovando's claim to fame. The question is whether this nugget of history adds an endearing touch to the town's legacy, or if it's an overhyped myth trumpeted far beyond its due measure. Number 2. Pony, Montana. Tucked away in the mountainous embrace of the Tobacco Root Range, Pony stands defiant against the sands of time, an emblem of small-town resilience. As others fade into ghostly memories, Pony persists, prompting us to ponder. Does its unyielding spirit showcase the grandeur of persistence or a stubborn resistance to the passage of time? The curious moniker Pony might elicit an endearing smile or a confused brow furrow. Against the rugged Montana backdrop, the township could be mistaken for a whimsical setting plucked from a child's storybook. Yet, here it stands. Its name a playful contrast to the undying grit and determination that defines it. The Pony Bar Endurance Race epitomizes the town's quirky appeal. It's at once a heart-pumping celebration of community and a head-scratching concept, striking some as a peculiar fit for a town with more equine illusions than actual horses. Is it a charming local tradition or an event veering on the edge of the bizarre? Pony surely nudges us to decide. Number 1. Virginia City, Montana. Virginia City arrests time with its streets, a living museum reverently preserved. Yet one wonders if it teeters on the edge of becoming a mere tourist trap. While visitors flood in to witness the Victorian architecture, the line between authentic preservation and over-commercialization blurs as each building vies for the flash of cameras and the currency of intrigue. There's a palpable tension between honoring authentic Victorian quirks and creating a caricature so meticulous it borders on artificial. This is especially true when strolling the boardwalks of this historical treasure, where the charm of the past is often curated with the precision of a stage set, leaving you to question the reality. Amidst this time capsule lies Virginia City's theater, a once thriving cultural hub that whispers forgotten stories to those who pause to listen. Today, it flirts with the title of Folly, as its once lively echoes of performance and applause have dimmed, leaving us to ask if this place is an ode to the arts or a relic clinging to a bygone era's coattails. As we bring our journey through Montana's most intriguing and peculiar towns to a close, it's impossible not to acknowledge the richness that individuality brings to the fabric of this grand state. From Ekalaka's prehistoric wonders to Virginia City's well-preserved Victorian charm, it's clear these towns are far more than their quirky attributes. They are treasures that beckon the curious and reward those who seek the soul of Montana beyond the beaten path. So, while some may call these communities weird, we embrace them as vibrant testaments to diversity and embodiment of the spirit that defines Big Sky Country. They echo the stories of the past while continuing to pen their own narratives, captivating us with their unique blend of history, culture, and local color. If you've experienced the allure of Montana's most distinct towns, hit the subscribe button and share your stories in the comments below. Let's continue to celebrate the places that boldly wear the badge of weird and invite you to explore and form your own opinions about these hidden gems. Stay tuned for more explorations that promise to enrich your perspectives and perhaps take you to your next unexpected adventure. And for those eager to sink their teeth into more travel content, why not hitch a ride with us to America's most haunted towns? Just click the video popping up right now and uncover tales that defy explanation, only here on Globe Trekking.